24th, 1987. Memorial Day Championship tonight. 50 laps in the late model, 50 laps in the super late model. Out on the track right now, Brian Bolt. First qualifier out there tonight, Harold Cool from New Philadelphia, Ohio. Harold holds the track record in his class, 1681, I believe. He won the first feature of the year in this class. Back on April 26th.
Breaking his own track record. 1667 track record for Harold Cool.
2 times on Harold Cool, 1688 and 1667, a new track record. Out there right now, his teammate, Wes Galbraith at 98. Harold just smashed that record. It went down from 1681 down to 1667.
Number 98. 1708 and 1714 and 1708.
1714 and 1708 on Wes Galbraith. Number 10 out there, Rich Schweitzer, driving the Larry Clay ride. Times on Rich Schweitzer, 1742 and 1738. Number 11 out there, Ron Digg.
and
1780 and 1785 on Ron Digg. Wow, Bill Biddicker's in 77 tonight. All right. Bill Biddicker's in Bear Sports ride tonight. Love to see if they do track records.
I don't think so.
Bittiger's 2 times were 17:35 and 17:15. Number 20, Gary Miser.
Number 20, 18:16 and 17:61. 18:16 and 17:61.
2 times on Gary Miser, 18:16 and 17:61. David Day in 168. He came down the house yesterday and got it.
Oh, he came down?
Who's in 71? Chuck something.
Number 168 from Yellowfish, David Day. Down last week.
Two times on David Day, 1918 and 1878. Chuck Surratt and 71, Chuck Surratt.
Two
times on Chuck Surratt, 1787 and 1790. Roger Leinert in 670. Roger Leinert has 2 times, 1726 and 1728. Out there on the track right now, Kenny Carroll, New Philly.
I'll 46. Car number 34, 1834, and 1793. Number 66, Mark McGrath from Strasbourg. Call the tower, please. on 7 up, 17-16 and 17-26. 17-16, 17-26. Times on number 5, 17:54 and 17:53. Red Evans driving number 64. Number 64, 17:13 and 17:07. 17:13, 17:07. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
First qualifier in the super late model class out there, Rich Rohr from Canton, Ohio. Was 1572, second time 1580. Lonnie Vaughn out there now in 03. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Canton, Ohio.
Number 80 from Magnolia,
Dino Long.
Send those three back around. Send those three back around. Times on number 80, 1602 and 1571.
Dino Long's two times were 1602 and 1571. Number 14, Larry Gill from Bolivar.
Times on number 14, 1577 and 1598. 1577, 1598.
Larry's two times, 1577 and 1598. Next set of four, super lates coming out.
Who's in 68? Brad Channel. Car owned by Mark Paul.
First qualifier in this group of four will be Carl Kegley, Canton.
1653, Kenny Stevens.
Carl Sioux time 16:53 and 16:12. 16:53 and 16:12. Number 21, Kenny Stevens from Stone Creek, Ohio. $16.10 and $16.19 on 21, Kenny Stevens. Brad Chanel. Brad Channel in 68. That's Mark Bowen's car. Rich Duker, 21. First time Rich has been here this year.
Times on 21B, 1623 and 1644. 1623 and 1644.
1623 and 1644, Rich Duker. First qualifier out of this bunch, number 62, Brian Bolk, Canton, Ohio. Richie. Oh, Dino Long.
Huh?
Dino Long.
How fast?
102nd faster than Richie. 1571.
62 rather. And 1555. In 4 white, John.
1556 and 1555, I believe, on Brian Volk. Scott Baker, Akron, Ohio.
Times on 4 white, 1558 and
1558 and 1577 on Scott Baker. Jake Bowles is 33.
Times on number 33, 1624 and
1624, 1609 on Jake Bowles. Number 70, Mark Malquez, Strasburg, Ohio. He's won all 3 previous Super Late Model features here at Midvale this year.
Times on Melwood, 1544 and 1526. 1544, 1526.
2 times on Mark Malquez, 1544 and 1526. Your top qualifier so far in the Super Late Model division. Who? So it might not be Reno in 85. Jack Brill from Barberton, Ohio. First time here. Pringle's got the time of 17:03 and 17:10.
17:03.
Yeah. He's got the track record at Canton in the late model class and in the sports stock class.
And he broke it?
Yeah, he owns it. Tim Hiller, 95. Here's the list of the qualifiers. The late model division. Tom Early, number 31, 1790 and 1778. Gary Miser, number 20, 1816, 1761. Rich Schweitzer, number 10, 1742 and 1738. Wes Galbraith at 98, 1714, 1708. Ron Daig at number 11, 1780, 1785. Bear Schwartz, his car is driven tonight by Bill Bittaker His 2 times were 17:35 and 17:15. Harold Cool, 16:88 and a new track record of 16:67. 168, David Day, 19:18 and 18:78. Chuck Surratt in 71, 17:87 and 17:90. Roger Leinert in 670, 17:28, 17:26. Kenny Carroll, I don't got his times wrote down here. I missed him. Oh, I'll get that and get back. Mike Hines is 17:43, 17:46. Gene Pringle at number 7, 17:03, 17:10. Tim Hiller, 18:40, 18:55. Red Evans, 64, 17:13, 17:07. Farmer Smith, 17:16, 17:26. Mike Dawson, 17:26, 17:28. John Ramser, 17:54, 17:53. Mark McGrath in 66, 17:73. Rick Allborn, number 1, 17:87. Ron Handley in 34, 18:34, 17:93. Rich Elkins, 18:12, 18:21. And Bobby Knight, 18:22 and 18:22.
From Canada, sponsored by Budweiser Beer, Ryan Holt. In car number 70 from Strasburg, and the winner of the first 3 features in the Super Late Model Division this year at Midvale Speedway.
Wow, the times, the Super Late models, the 4 fastest qualifiers out there. We'll wait till they line up.
In car number 85.
Number 85.
Is Ohio.
Phil Vino, 16:03, 15:59.
And our 4th car is about ready to come out onto the track, getting the engine started.
I think that'll be, let's see where Brian Volk is at. Okay, yeah, the next qualifier will be Rich Rohr. He had a time of 15:80 and 15:72. Your second fastest qualifier, Brian Volk. Brian's 2 times were 15:56, 15:55. And your top qualifier again tonight, 4 times in a row, Captain Sizzle himself, Mark Malquit. He had times of 15:44 and 15:26.
Yeah. That's not him, that's the tow truck. There we go.
Scott Baker. Yeah, he had times of 15:58 and 15:77. He beat Rich Rohr out. I guess Phil Vino beat him out for that 4th starting position. So Richie Rohr did not make the helmet dash tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem.
Dash time in the Super Late Model Division. May 24th, Memorial Day weekend, 1987, here at Midvale Speedway. We got 14 Supers tonight. A lot better than last week. 14 very fine-looking machines. Tells them to bunch up. One more parade. One more parade.
We're going to see some green. But Chunky said one more.
Looking tight there. Phil Vino, 85. Scott Baker, 4. Brian Volk, 62. And Mark Malcolm in 70. Going down the back stretch. Phil Vino, Scott Baker, 1-2. Phil's got the advantage going across the line. In turn 2, he's still got first. Scott Baker on the outside in second. Brian Volk in third. Mark Malkwood a close fourth. Can't quite get it. Good looking dash. Phil Vino takes the white flag. Got Baker going high, giving all she's got. Phil Vino, Scott Baker, Brian Volk, and Mark Malkwood. A very, very outstanding dash. Good dash, very good dash.
Phil Vino, car number 85. While Phil takes his victory lap, a reminder that Dairy Queen now has 3 locations in Dover, New Philadelphia, and our newest in Uricksville. Stop and enjoy our favorite
Phil Vino.
in the land of Dairy.
He had engine trouble the second week here, and it's nice to see him in victory lane in the dash tonight.
As we give a big hand to Phil Vino here for winning the first race of the evening.
Okay, the dash tonight in the late model class. 64, Red Evans. 7, Gene Pringle. 550, Kenny Carroll. And 6, Harold Cool. Harold Cool's got a new track record of 1667. We got a green. Red Evans leads out of turn number 2. Kenny Carroll moving on the inside for second. Gene Pringle third, and Harold Cool's in fourth. Leading lap 2, Kenny Carroll. Harold Cool's in third now. Gene Pringle fourth. Kenny Carroll trying to get down on the inside of Red Evans. Still Red Evans leaving the white flag lap. Kenny Carroll diving down on the inside. Going to be Kenny Carroll, Red Evans, Harold Cool, and Gene Pringle. Another great dash. Kenny Curl from New Philadelphia, Ohio. Last week's feature winner in the late model division.
Miller Snacks and Vending of Sugar Creek is the distributor of Tom's products, featuring potato chips, peanuts, candies, and more. Call Dave or Janet Miller at Sugar Creek for your very own vending machine. That's Miller Snacks and Vending, your Tom's distributor in Sugar Creek, and sponsor of car number 550. Ken Carroll, big hand for him as he comes in with his
Kenny Carroll, your late model dash winner of this evening.
Here's the dealer for tonight. In car number 75, we have Jan Beatty. Kevin Wonder in 1C. Kevin Wonder. Terry Shaver, and Bart Busby at number 33.
Well, for sure. About like Dawson.
Okay.
I'll hit him up.
Huh?
I'll hit him up.
Brad Kreischer handling the flags on this one, and there's the green.
Here's the times of these guys in this division for the super late model first heat. Carl Kegley. Carl had 2 times. He had times of 16:53 and 16:12. 21. Red. Kenny Stevens. He had 2 times of 16:10 and 16:12. 21 black. Rich Duker had 2 times of 16:23 and 16:44. Jake Bowles in 33. Jake had 2 times of 16:24 and 16:09. Jack Grill in 05, 16:09 and 16:16. Number 14, Larry Gill, 15:77, 15:98. And Brad Channel, 16:31 and 16:44 in 68. 7 cars. There'll be 7 cars in the other race. Super late model division.
Chucky Radonovich with the flags in the straight as they come around.
Rich Duker, Carl Kegley going to bring him in. We got a green. Carl jumps out of that lead going into turn 1, followed by Rich Duker, Kenny Stevens, Jake Bowles, and 68. Spins out, Brad Channel in turn 2. Total restart.
Yeah, Duker.
All right, we might get a start this time. Oh, Brad and Kreischer are still out there on the track.
Duker needing a push in the infield. We're setting the lineup up here.
Oh, Richard's going to take her into the pit. Hopefully be back out. All right, here we go. Carl Kegley, Kenny Stevens bringing him in. Kenny Stevens takes lead off of turn 2 down the backstretch. For Carl Kegley, Jack Brill at 05, Jake Bowles 33, Brad Channel, and Larry Gill. Still Kenny Stevens, Carl Kegley, Jake Bowles in 3rd. Jack Brill 4th, Larry Gill 5th, and Brad Channel in 6th. Carl's giving all she's got trying to get back past Kenny Stevens. channel. White flag coming out for Kenny Stevens. Checkered flag in hand by the flagman. It's for Kenny Stevens, Carl Kegley, Jake Bull, Jack Brill.
First checkered flag in a long time. Kenny Stevens, car number 21.
Jake Bulls,
Ken Stevens from Stone Creek.
Larry Gill, and Brad Channel. Kenny Stevens from Stone Creek, Ohio, your first heat winner tonight.
Ken Stevens with the victory lap. While he does that, I remind you that Hardy Restaurants in New Philadelphia has what it takes with 2 locations to serve your needs, both with breakfast. East I Avenue, first exit past the track, offers you a free large fry with any purchase after racing with your rate check from the races. We give a big hand to Kenny Stevens, number 21. And bring out the field for our second heat race in the Super League Final Division. In car number 7 from Canton, Ohio, Richie Rohr. In number 80, Tino Long from Magnolia.
All right, your second heat. Rich Rohr, Canton, Ohio. He had times of 15:72 and 15:80. Nino Long. Nino had times of 16:02, 15:71. Lonnie Vaughn had 2 times of 15:94, 15:66. Then Phil Vito, 16:03 and 15:59. Brian Bolt, 15:56 and 15:55. Scott Baker, 15:58, 15:77, and Mark Malquit, 15:54 and 15:26. So it's Rohr, Long, Vaughn, Vino, Baker, Volk, and Malquit. We got a green. Rich Rohr taking the lead down in turn 1. Lonnie Vaughn second, Nino Long third, Scott Baker fourth, Phil Vino fifth, Malquit sixth, and Volk in seventh. Spot, Baker, Long, Vito, and Volk. Halfway, that time by. Still, Rich Rohr, number 7. Lonnie Vaughn in 03, Mark Malquit in third. Then Baker, Long, Vito, and Volk. White flag coming out for Richie Rohr. Richie Rohr coming on at turn 4. Richie Rohr wins it. Lonnie Vaughn second, Malquit third, Baker fourth, Long fifth, Vino in sixth, and Brian Volk finishes seventh. I believe this is Rich Rohr's 6th checkered flag of the season.
Winning the checkered flag, number 7, Rich Rohr in the Miller car. Miller, of course, sponsoring tonight's big 250 feature race here at Midvale. Racing time is Miller time. And it's distributed by us for beverage of Cannon. Miller, made the American way, born and brewed in the USA. With purity you can taste, quality you can taste as well. Racing time is Miller time, as Rich Rohr just proved. Coming around with his checkered flag in hand. And bringing out the field for the late model dashes. We'll run 3 of those tonight.
On 68. Tim Hiller, 95, bringing him in. Then 27. Bobby Knight. Rick Elkins in 52. 34. Ron Hanley in there. 1. Rick Allborn. And 71. Chuck Surratt. Bobby Knight leads lap 1. Ron Hanley in 34. David Day spins out in turn 2. Keeps her going. Bobby Knight. Ron Hanley, 34. Rick Allborn, 1. Rich Elkins at 52. Chuck Surratt at 71 back there. Tim Hiller, 95. And David Day bringing up the rear. Cross flags by the flagman. I mean, halfway in for Bobby Knight. Ron Hanley in 34 in second. Rick Allborn in 1/3. And Rich Elkins in 4th. Chuck Surratt in 5th. Tim Hiller in 6th. David Day in 7th. Close battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and 5th. Rick Allborn moving on the outside of Ron Hanley for 2nd. Spins out in turn 2, then an infield. Rick Allborn moving up for the lead. He's got it on turn 2. White flag coming out for Rick Allborn, number 1. Bobby Knight in 2nd. Ron Hanley in 3rd. Here comes your winner. Rick Allborn, Bobby Knight, Ron Hanley, Chuck Surratt at 71, Rich Elkins at 52, and 168 David Day bringing in the rear. Allborn, first time here this year, number 1.
Nice tire in Yorksville is your good Royal dealer, featuring the lowest prices on tires in the area. No auto repair and friendly alignment too. See Bob or Ken for the best deal at Nice Tire. Kenny Knight almost pulling one out there in this first race, but Rick Allborn took the checker. A big hand for him as he comes in. As the field comes out for our next
second heat race on the track right now. On the pool we got 11, Ron Dagg. 31, Tom Early. 66, Mark McGrath. 20, Gary Miser. Number 5 is John Ramser. Number 166 is Mike Heim. Number 10 is Rick Schweitzer. Number 88 is Mike Dawson from Carrollton. Ronnie Dagg taking the lead. 66 Mark McGrath sticking his nose in for second. 31 Tom Early hanging on the outside for third. Here comes 66 up on the outside. Mark McGrath trying to take the lead. Ronnie Dagg holds him off. Ronnie Dagg on that inside groove, holding tight. Mark McGrath on the outside, now ducking down the inside to challenge for the lead. Tight race between them first two cars out there. 66, Mark McGrath going on the outside. Going to turn one, they're neck and neck. 11 and 66, battling out. Here comes number 5 up to challenge for the lead. Real tight race between 11 and 66. 11 on the inside, 66 on the outside. What a race. And there comes Mike Dawson up to challenge him front pack. Real good race. Here comes 66 out in front. Finally getting the lead to a substantial margin. Number 5 on the outside trying to take second place. Takes it real high, and up in comes number 10. Final lap, final lap. Number 5's going in the pit. Something broke. The battle for second place between Dagg and Schweitzer. Number 66 takes the win. 11, 10, 166, 88, 31, and 20.
Mark McGrath, number 66, part of the Heinz racing team.
Number 5 stalled out over going into the pits, getting out of his car. Here's your winner, 66 Mark McGrath of Strasburg, Ohio.
Located near Southport. 577 is the Kim Bolton exit. And their driver, number 66, Mark McGrath, will have a checkered flag struck up to his name. Second heat in this division.
Good race there.
Coming up a little bit later on in the late model division. As the field comes out for the fast heat, number 670 is Roger Leiter from New Philadelphia. Number 98, Russ Gilbert with Denison. Hal Smith in car 7 up. He's from New Philadelphia. Brett Evans in number 64. Gene Pringle running for the first time this year in the late model division in car number 7. Kenny Carroll in number 550 from New Philly as we can see in
And there's your winner, Mark McGrath of Strasburg, Ohio.
Roger Leiter, Farmer Smith, Bear Schwartz, Wes Galbraith, Brett Evans, Gene Pringle, Kenny Carroll, and Harold Cole. Leading down the back stretches, Roger Leiter in 670, Farmer Smith in 7 up in second. Leonard, Smith, Schwartz, Galbraith, Pringle, Carroll, Cole, and Evans. turn 2 is going to Roger Leiter down the backstretch, going to turn 3. Roger Leiter from New Philadelphia. Bear Swartz trying to get down on the inside of Farmer Smith. He's got Farmer out of turn 2. Bear Swartz in second, bringing Wes Galbraith with him. Front. And Bear Swartz, Wes Galbraith, Kenny Carroll, white flag out. White flag is out. Your battle's back here for a second. Wes Galbraith trying to get past Bear Swartz, can't quite do it down the backstretch. Here comes your winner, Roger Leiter. Second place goes up Bear Swartz, Wes Galbraith, Kenny Carroll, Harold Cool, and Farmer Smith. Gene Pringle pulled in the pits.
Roger Leiter, number 670, with the checkered flag. Features all brands of CVs and accessories. Satellite tower and antenna for radar detectors, police scanners, kerosene heaters, parts, service, and more. Normally visit Stanford Richardson. Here comes the field for an next heat in the street stock division. Fourth pitcher is started the fourth. Larry Richardson gets a fourth hoop as he passes the fans of the stand. Number 38. Restaurant in downtown Dover offers you a variety of home-cooked meals at a price you can afford. Next time you're eating out, try the Dover Station Restaurant in downtown Dover. 1850 is the new time on car number 2. That's car number 4, excuse me, car number 4. 1850. Kevin Walker, big hand for him. Will be the winner.
I'm coming, Craig.
Jake Bowles. 05, Jack Brill. 14, Larry Gill. 7, Rich Rohr. 8, Long. 03, Lonnie Vaughn. 85, Phil Vino. 4, Scott Baker. 62, Brian Volk. And number 70, Mark Malquist. Flag was given the cross flags, looking good. Jake Bowles, 33, going to bring him in. We got a green. Jake Bowles on the inside of Larry Gill. Larry's out. Jack 5's out. Jake Bowles, Rich Rohr, Dino Long, Lonnie Vaughn, Phil Vino, Scott Baker, Brian Volk, Rich, Mark Malquist. Rohr down the inside, turn 3 and 4. Jake Bowles is out. Richie Rohr. Dino Long. Halfway. Phil Vino's out. Richie Rohr gonna get the black flag. Running too far over his time trial. Long, your leader now. Five cars left. Malquist trying to get on the outside of Brian Volk back there. White flag in hand. Here comes your winner. Lonnie Vaughn, Scott Baker, Mark Malquist, Brian Volk. Dino Long from Magnolia, Ohio. I believe that's his first checker flag of the season.
Black flag in that race. I understand Rich was having some mechanical problems today. Got him fixed and won it. So the new time by car number 7 is 1572. He sets the second fastest qualifier. 1572, the new time on number 7, Rich Rohr.
That's goal time.
These tie-ins carries only the finest quality fresh fruits and vegetables, coconuts and cheeses. Farmers Goods Market.
That was goal time.
Yeah.
Big hand for Dino.
Dino Long from Magnolia, Ohio.
What's the checkered flag tonight?
Here it comes.
Here's the field. Great model. Pursuit race.
Late model pursuits up.
Schweitzer, number 88. Number 670 is Roger Leiter.
Rich Schweitzer, number 10. As Dino Long's getting his picture taken. He's worked hard so far. He's had a blown motor.
Is Gene Pringle, 550. Ken Carroll. 6 is Harold Poole.
He dropped.
1535 is the new time on car number 7. 1535.
for your late model pursuit. Number 10, Rich Schweitzer. Number 88, Mike Dawson. 670, Roger Leinert. 7 up, Farmer Smith. 77, Bear Schwartz. 98, Wes Galbraith. 64, Red. 7, Gene Pringle. 550, Kenny Carroll. Your top qualifier, Harold Poole. Start. We do. We got a green. Leading lap one's got Schweitzer. Mike Dawson. Roger here in third. Kenny Carroll's out. Dawson going high, trying to get by. Gene Pringle's been eliminated. Bear Schwartz and Farmer Smith for fourth. Farmer Smith is out. Red Evans out. Liner moving down the inside to try to eliminate Dawson. Dawson hanging tough on the outside. Harold Cole trying to eliminate his teammate, Wes Galbraith. Dawson trying to get past Schweitzer. Six cars left. Schweitzer. Liner moving down the inside. It's Schweitzer, Liner, Dawson, Harold Cole. Here comes your winner. Schweitzer, Liner, Wes Galbraith, Bear Schwartz, and Mike Dawson.
Rich Schweitzer, number 10, takes the checkered flag. With a good race here in the late model. Number 10, Rich Schweitzer.
Rich Schweitzer, number 10, winning the pursuit tonight in the late. Five different races tonight in the late model division and 5 different winners. Dash was won by Kenny Carroll. The first heat was won by Rick Allborn. Second heat won by Mark McGrath. Third heat by Roger Leinert, and the pursuit won by that man right there. Give your eye a break, bud.
Rick Higgins to number 52, number 34, Steve Hines. And 166 is Mike Hines.
Come on, Mark.
Huh?
Oh, this is late model?
Yeah.
Red flag comes out on it.
Pick up the phone, Chucky.
There's only 9. The ambulance is moving towards the pits.
Oh, got a red flag. Probably an ambulance problem. Bobby Knight, Rick Allborn, back 71 and third. Mark McGrath just passes. Rick Allborn, your new leader. Chuck Surest in second. Then Mark McGrath. And Mike Hines at 66. Rick Allborn, your leader. Rick's gonna get the black flag. Run over his time. Chuck Surest is your leader. Mark McGrath in second. Mike Hines in third. It's 66 and 166 left. Chuck Surest has been eliminated. Coming out for Mark McGrath. Here comes your winner. It's Mark McGrath. And Mike Hines in second.
Mark McGrath wins another one, beating out his teammate Mike Hines, who's out from Georgia this weekend. Came up to Georgia just to be in the races. They get beat by his partner. So Mark McGrath takes his second checkered flag of the night.
Tell me his wife's Minnie Mouse.
Here's the field for our pursuit race in our street stock division. Number 55, Larry Richardson. Number 18 is Brand Stan. 38, Mark Busby. That's 33, Mark Busby. 8 is Bill Kelcherman. 24. your oldest veterans clubs in America. Home cooked meals available. Come and enjoy the fastest growing organization today, your Army Navy clubs, as we give the back in. Going to run a consi race now in our late model division. The final field in our 50 lap feature.
This is a late David Day at 168 and Tim Hiller 95.
So we'll send the ball back to the pits. We'll take about a 10-minute intermission and the feature races tonight.
All right, they're going to have a scratch. 2 scratches, and they won't have consolation. They'll let them all run in the feature.
Mid-Vid.
So there will not be a consi tonight. They'll all make the feature, but it'll probably make them all very happy.
Okay, here is the field for tonight's super late model race. In car 4 red is Carl Kinley of Canada.
Friday night.
In car number 21 from Stoughton, Kenny Stevens.
That'd be decent.
A lot of people too.
Bring Robbie Dean up on Friday night. Johnny Vallow on our front. See the on Friday night down there.
Yeah, Kilker does. No, they don't.
Oh yeah.
One of them does.
Yeah, you're right.
One of them.
Yeah, you're right.
Kilker.
That'd be cool if I did.
I think because Vallow does 3 different tracks.
Yeah. Columbus, Shady,
Once again,
Columbus,
pick a finish.
Queen City.
If somebody happens to pick 5, if somebody happens to pick 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, the one who picks the most winners is the winner, and there is only one winner. So keep that in mind as you sharpen your skills to pick the top winners tonight in the late model race.
That looks like broad daylight. Look at it down on there.
Driving car number 33 from Ohio is Jake Bowles. Number 14 from Oliver, Gill. Number 80 from Tino. Number 21B from Chippewa Lake, Rich Duker. In car 05 from Barberton, Jack Brill. Coming out now, car 03, Ronnie Braun. Number 85 from Canton is Bill Vito. 4 White from Akron, Scott Baker.
Want to bring
2
them.
from Canton, Brian.
Bob wants to bring them sprints in.
50 lap feature, folks.
Free birthday present. Birthday's August, so I don't know what to do. Maybe she wants to get some more money out of it this weekend. I told her, you want to know how much I made? No, it's not. We just cracked a little. That's right. That's right. 1,800 bucks? Clear? 2 years. That's clearing, right?
Coming out of the track, number 70.
Okay, super late model feature time. The Miller Highlight 50 Lapper Memorial Day Championship. On the pole tonight will be Rich Duker in 121. On the outside of him will be Carl Kegley, number 4. Next row back will be number 21, Red, Kenny Stevens. On the outside of him, Jake Bowles. The next row back, 05, Jack Brill from 05. On 14, Larry Gill. Then Dino Long in 80, next row back, and on the outside of him, Lonnie Vaughn in 03. The next row back, 85, Phil Vino. On the outside of him will be Scott Baker. The next row back will be Brian Volk in 62. On the outside of him will be Rich Rohr, number 7. And the next row back will be your top qualifier, Mark Malquid at number 70, and 68, Brad Channel taking scratch. 14 super late models. A nice field. Bunched up. Rich Duker, first time here this year in 121. Carl Kegley 4, Kenny Stevens, Jake Bowles, Jack Brill, Larry Gill, Dino Long, Lonnie Vaughn, Phil Vino, Scott Baker, Brian Volk, Rich Rohr, Mark Buckwood, and Brad Channel. Bringing them in. Here we go. Leading down the backstretch. Then Kenny Stevens, Carl Kegley, Jake Bowles, Larry Gill, Jack Brill, Lonnie Vaughn. Rich Duker, you're still your leader. Then Kenny Stevens, Jake Bowles, Carl Kegley. Stevens, your leader. Jake Bowles, Rich Duker, Larry Gill, Scott Baker, Rich Rohr, Lonnie Vaughn, Brian Volk, Carl Kegley, Dino Long, moving up that third spot. Kenny Stevens. Here comes Scott Baker in the second, bringing Rich Rohr with the third. Kenny Stevens, Scott Baker, Rich Rohr, Jake Bowles, Lonnie Vaughn, Rich Duke, Brian Volk, Larry Gill, Dino Long, Mark Malquith. Scott Baker trying to nickel that lead now down the backstretch. He's got it. Richie Rohr going in the second. Kenny Stevens at third. Lonnie Vaughn fourth. Now Lonnie in second. Third, I mean. Lonnie's at the third. Scott, Rich Rohr, Lonnie Vaughn, Kenny Stevens, Brian Volk, Jeff Bowles, Dino Long, Mark Malquith, Rich Duker, Larry Gill, Carl Kegley, Bill V, Jack Frill, Brad Channel. Scott Baker, Rich Rohr, Lonnie Vaughn. Scott Baker, Rich Rohr, Lonnie Vaughn, Brian Volk, Kenny Stevens, Dino Long, Mark Malquith. Sixth, seventh, and eighth, right there's their battle. Dino Long, Kenny Stevens, Mark Malquith. spin. Jake Bull's Bluey's motor going into turn 1. Scott Baker, Rich Rohr in 2nd, Lonnie Vaughn 3rd. Brian Volk 4th, Mark Malcolm 5th, Theo Long 6th, 7th is Kenny Stevens, 8th is Larry Gill, 8th will be Carl Kegley, 9th will be Carl Kegley, 10th will be Phil Fino, then 68, Brad Channel, 05, Jake Brill, green flags out. Taking him home. Yellow flag's out. Yellow flag out. Larry Gill up in the corner. If your lineup's right, if it is, but Scott Baker in the lead, Rich Rohr in 2nd, Lonnie Vaughn 3rd, Brian Volk 4th, Mark Malcolm 5th, Dino Long 6th, Kenny Stevens 7th, Carl Kegley 8th, Phil Fino 9th, Brad Channel 10th, Jack Brill 11th, and Larry Gill 12th. All right, 24 laps in, here we go. will give Baker his spot back. Roar set. Here we go. This time. Rich Shore, Scott Baker, Lonnie Vaughn, Brian Volk, Mark Malquit, Dino Long. Scott Baker. Rich Shore, Lonnie Vaughn, Brian Volk, Mark Malquit, Scott Baker, Dino Long. Kenny Stevens, Carl Cagley, Bill Vito. Lonnie Vaughn, blow it up. Letting go of Lonnie Vaughn. Thirty-four laps in.
May not be
Shaw's your leader. Brian Volk in second. Mark Malquit sitting back there in third. And Neil Long, Scott Baker, bringing him in. Let's go. Second. Rich Moore, still your leader. Rich Rohr, Brian Volk, Mark Lockwood, Dino Long, Scott Baker, Kenny Stevens, Bill Vino, Carl Kegley, Brad Channel, Larry Gill, Jack Brill, trying to get down the inside. Can't quite get it. Rich Rohr, your leader. Trying every which way to get by Brian Volk. Brian Volk's not rolling over and playing dead back here, boy. He's driving a Heckler race by his second spot. Trying to keep Malcolm back in that third spot. As Rich Rohr, the laps are winding down. Dino Long, Scott Baker, Kenny Stevens, Bill Vino, Carl Kegley, Larry Gill, Jack Brill, Brad Channel.
First feature win of the year for him, and the first week that Mark Malquit has not taken the feature.
Archie Rohr from Canton, Ohio, your feature winner tonight.
Rich Rohr wins the silver race tonight. At least the first leg of it for the Silver Lake Model Division. Okay, Brad Kreischer is going to come around and get the checkered flag from Rich. And Brad, why don't you ask Rich when he gets around here if that was a tough one?
Oh.
As Rich comes in Miller car number 7 with the last feature winner. Comes the trophy. As Rich will step out of the car. Get ready for our next 50-lap feature. That's the pick and finish race coming up. There's Rich Rohr.
Rich Rohr.
Shows that trophy. Going to get his picture taken now. Catch his interview. Brad Kreischer going to talk to Rich for just a minute there.
We're going to have a few words from Rich Rohr here, winner of the 50-lap feature. Rich? Felt good to win that one. Gary Esper's here. Thank you, babe.
Okay, Rich Rohr thanks his sponsor, Gary Esper Beverage. Evidently, there was a technical problem that he had earlier during qualifying. He was able to fix that up. Rich Rohr, tonight's winner of the late model, super late model feature, and the first time somebody has won it other than Mark Melwood. Brian Wolf coming in second in that race, Mark Melwood third, Tino Long fourth, Scott Baker finishing fifth, down 5. So congratulations to Rich Rohr.
Number 11, Tom Early on the outside. And Mark McGrath, John Ramser, Mike Himes, Rich Schweitzer, Mike Dawson. Here we go. And Roger Leiter, Farmer Smith, Wes Galbraith, Bear Swartz, Gene Pringle, Red Evans. Harold Cole. Kenny Carroll. Mark McGrath taking over the lead. Mike Himes making that second spot. Moving up to third. Dig, back and forth, then Early, Ramser, Farmer Smith, Roger Leiter, Wes Galbraith, Wes Schweitzer, Red Evans, Bear Swartz, Kenny Carroll, Harold Cole, Gene Pringle. Dawson trying to go for that lead now. He's in second. Hines in third. Ron Digg in fourth. Then Tom Early, Farmer Smith, Red Evans, Roger Leonard, John Ramser, Wes Galbraith. Yellow flag's out. Rick Allboard, sitting backwards, sitting the wrong way, turn 4.
I think Kenny Carroll hit him. A hit by him or something.
Tim Hiller going into pits there, 95. 7 laps in, it's Dawson. 66. 166. 11. 31. 7 up. 5. 64. 670. 98. 6. 77. 10. 557. 71. 27. 52. 20. 168 and 1. Here we go. Throwing sparks all over the track. I think of the 90s gas tank at any time. I don't think he's seen the black flag.
Car number 6. Probably the black flag, but he couldn't see it, so we throw the yellow. A lot of sparks coming onto the back. Gonna get it off the track and see what the problem is. Back into the pit to get the race going pretty quick. Eight laps completed.
8 laps in. Oh, here comes the guy.
50 lap feature. Memorial 350s right here at Mid-Vid Speedway.
Mike Dawson, Mike Hines, Farmer Smith, Red Evans, Wes Galbraith, Mark McGrath in there, Kenny Carroll, Tom Early, Roger Leonard, Ron Digg, Dawson's got about a 10-car length lead now. Smith, Red Evans, Wes Galbraith, Kenny Carroll, Roger Leonard, Mark McGrath, Tom Early, Rich Schweitzer, Gene Pringle, Ron Daig, Rick Allborn, John Ramser, Bear Schwartz, Chuck Celeste, Bobby Knight, Rick Elkin, and John Miser, Gary Miser. John Ramser spinning in the infield. David Day going in the pit. Mike Dawson way out in front. Mike Hines in second. Farmer Smith third. Red Evans fourth. Farmer Smith coming off third four. Yellow flag's out. Yellow flag. Double mob, but Dawson in the lead. 17 laps in. Mike Hines, Farmer Smith. It'll be Red Evans then. Third row. It'll be Wes Galbraith, Kenny Carroll. Next row back. Roger Leonard, Tom Early. Next row. We'll wait till they get doubled up. Doubled up. Farmer Smith spinning out. One more lap. Then Evans, Galbraith, Carroll, Leonard, Early, Schweitzer, Pringle, Allborn, Schwartz, Daig, Celeste, Knight, Elkins, Miser, Ramser. Here we go. We got a green. Smith moved up that second spot. Oh boy! Oh! parade. One more parade. One more parade. Slowing him up. Oh boy. Swipe. Brad Crasher taking his life in his own hands out there right in the moment. Walking out. All right, it'll be Dawson, Mike Hines, Farmer Smith, Wes Galbraith, Kenny Carroll, Roger Leinert, Tom Early, Rich Schweitzer, Ron Daigle, Bear Schwartz, Gene Pringle, Rick Allborn, Rick Celeste, Chuck Celeste, Bobby Knight, Rick Elkins, John Ramser, and Gary Miser. Carroll, Smith. Galbraith. Kenny Carroll, Farmer Smith. Look back there. Going in the pit. Farmer Smith. Kenny Carroll. Wes Galbraith. Mike Hines in there. Farmer Smith, your new leader. Wes Galbraith and Harold Cole. Wes Galbraith, Kenny Carroll, Roger Liner battled out there. Liner in fourth, and Pringle, Schweitzer, and Hines. Kenny Carroll, Leonard, Galbraith, Pringle, and Schweitzer. Smith's going to try to do everything to keep Kenny Carroll back. Kenny Carroll's going to try to do everything to get by Smith. Halfway in, halfway. Mike Dawson coming back out of the track. Carroll go for that lead. Here comes Snyder in a second. Back here, they're battling out for that second spot. Kenny Carroll, Roger Liner, Farmer Smith, Wes Galbraith, Gene Pringle, Rich Schweitzer. Pulled in the infield. Carroll, Roger Liner, 1-2, and Smith. And Galbraith, yellow flag, Pringle. Up in turn 3 and 4. Got to start. Kenny Carroll, Roger Liner, Farmer Smith. Wes Galbraith, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth is Schweitzer, 6th is Hines, 7th is Early, 8th is Dig, 9th is Celeste, then Elkins on the lead lap. spot, trying to get in that third spot. Fast Farmer Smith. To go, 10 more big ones. Farmer Smith's hanging a tough in that third spot. He's bumping on the door of Liners. Carroll got stretching that lead out. Five more laps to go. 5 more. Kenny Carroll, Leiter, Smith. Wes Galbraith has fallen out. Wes Galbraith has pulled out. So I think Heim. So it's Carroll, Roger Leiter, Smith, Schweitzer, then Himes, I believe. Then Day on the lead lap. White flag out for Kenny Carroll. Here comes your winner, Kenny Carroll. Then Leiter, Smith, Schweitzer, Mike Himes, Dig on the lead lap. Kenny Carroll winning your 50-lap late model feature tonight.
This is the 50-lap feature. It was a heck of a race after we got it going again. Thought maybe Kenny would lose his brakes, but he managed to hang on and beat Roger.
Okay.
Second was Leiter, third Farmer Smith, fourth was Schweitzer, big hand for Kenny Carroll. Rich Roar. Late model division, helmet dash won by Ken Carroll. Rick Osborne, second heat race, Mark McGrath, the third heat race, Roger Leiter. Pursuit race, Schweitzer, number 2, won by Mark McGrath. Feature race tonight, 50 lap feature, won by Ken Carroll. Helmet dash in the straight stocks, won by Mark Busby. Heat race, won by Larry. Second heat race by Kevin Walker. Pursuit race, won by Melissa Shotwell. And tonight, feature stock division, Mark Busby, number 33. Thank you for coming to Midvale. See you again next Sunday night with time trials at 5:30.